Hi everybody, good to see you. This is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I hope that you're all well. Hope that you're happy and safe wherever you are in the world. And if you're not, don't you worry, because things always change. The wheel of fortune is always turning. I don't know why I had to say that straight off the bat, but I'm just going with it. That's what I'm getting. Let's pull you a card. If you'd like a private reading, you can find a link to my website in the description box below. Please note these are general messages. These are, so they're not going to resonate for everybody. So just take what does and leave the rest. If it's not your message, it's not your message this time. This one wants to come out. Ooh. The Crone. Interestingly, it's wanted to come out sideways. So that means that it could be either an upright interpretation or a reversed. So we can definitely look at both for it. But this is at the center of your read. I absolutely love this card. Love it. I see the beauty here, and I love this door here. Somebody is becoming very, very spiritual. And I see this little person here, and it's almost like there's a part of you that may have been left behind somewhere, and you are summoning it back with this huge wand. You're summoning it back. This speaks to feminine power, fearlessness, authenticity, individuality, independence, new purpose, freedom, but also the shadow self. So this is somebody, it's a woman usually, doesn't have to be, but it is the Crone, so it represents feminine energy, and it's someone who understands their true nature. It speaks to being aware of your choices. Be unafraid to walk your path alone. That is key. And funny that I was looking at that little person there, because I feel that that's what it is. You're finding the pieces of yourself to become whole again, and you're actually doing okay on your own. A life of your own design. Untapped power and potential, a fertile and productive future, a childless state, for some of you may have chosen not to have children, and that's okay, because you're taking care of your inner child. Be unbowed and unapologetic, respect and cherish your elders, a direct and forthright approach is needed. Do what's necessary, not what's expected. So I'm so tired. It is time to be fierce and to fight back. Okay. Some of you are really coming into your power here. And the reason why is I feel that you could be up against others, and maybe there's just a part of you that feels, maybe you feel like you're missing that strong part of you, but you're summoning it back to you. It represents somebody who's aging, not old, but aging, and is pretty much no longer influenced by a need to reproduce or parental responsibilities. That's just for some. Some may have reached a stage in their life where they're still wild, still passionate, but also they have a calm, peaceful, adaptable, and flowing, and creative, and powerful disposition. I'm really feeling a sense of power here. She's everything that she chooses to be. She's a woman who's aware of her choices and may well have transitioned from maiden to crone without feeling a need or desire to be a mother. Again, that's just for some. The crone is unafraid of being alone or walking her path alone. After centuries of being made an outcast and no longer being seen as having a functional role within society because her childbearing days are over, the crone has learned to look after her own needs, right? She has, by necessity, become a strong and independent individual who has found new purpose. Her life is full, has meaning and direction, and it is a life of her own design. The crone is comfortable in her own skin and free of artifice and pretense. This is somebody who is mature, honest, aware, and wise. She's somebody who is understanding and compassionate, but speaks and acts with a directness that some may find intimidating. This type of person can be quick to hug and offer support, but can also be blunt and is unafraid to deliver a tough love message if they feel it's needed. At times it can give this person an appearance of cruelty or ruthlessness, but whilst this person is not a hard individual, they can be tough and unwilling to embrace other people's illusions. This is why some will be very quick to vilify the crone. She can be depicted as a cruel, hard, wicked, and selfish hag, even for that matter. And the very fact that she is both unrepentant and unwilling to be what society expects her to be may make her a target for those who are slaves to society's dictates, as well as those who impose society's dictates. But the crone is also very gentle and kind. This is somebody who is loving and supportive and nurturing. Every face that the crone wears is the true face, but the face that she wears will be the one that she feels is needed at the time. She's who she needs to be when she needs to be. This is why the crone is often portrayed as a woman who is past her prime. If she's made to believe that she is useless, she can be controlled. But if this individual becomes aware of their potential and power, they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. So, as this is showing up in your present, I feel as though because you have more choice available to you now, neither gender has to have a partner or children or whatever, and some of you might be getting to that point where you're okay being on your own. You don't need to reproduce, right? Because that's something that's influenced by society. But some of you are doing well. But anyway, I love this, and what I'm feeling from this card is the strength. The real strength. Somebody is getting to a point where they just don't care. It's a spiritual awakening in the fact that you're ascending and you're listening to your own wisdom, especially with that crow there. You're listening to your own wisdom and you're not afraid to use this wand. And it even has a snake around it. And yeah, it can be icy, but sometimes you have to be. Ooh, Five of Swords, conflict. It would make sense now why this person or why this card is showing up. It looks as though with that Five of Swords, you could be dealing with someone that's not listening to your opinions, or for that matter, you might not be listening to theirs. You might be at that point where you're just telling people to get lost. Maybe even because this wanted to come out in reverse, and the Five of Swords speaks to being very cold and icy, as it was trying to come out the other way, it's asking you to get in touch with your shadow self. It's a time to draw on the strength of your shadow and get angry. Not a rash and reactive anger, but a cold, defiant, and determined anger. Someone may need to be told to take a long walk off a short pier, because if you don't tell them, they're going to continue to expect you to be meek and compliant. They may want you to feel unimportant. They may want you to believe you have no purpose. They may want you to question and doubt yourself. They may want you to do as you're told. And they may want you to stay in the nice, brown, boring box that they believe is your perfect fit. But regardless of their reasons, they want you to remain in a doubtful and uncertain state of mind, because it gives them more power to control and disempower you. But the foundation of this is either you or somebody else is taking on this energy right now, and it's going to be harsh. Ooh, and there it is, the Magician, the power. So, as I said, and I like how this little person here is looking up at the Magician. Some of you are just realizing your strength, and you had to get in touch with your shadow self. A lot of us try to hide our shadow self because we get afraid. We don't want to be mean. We're raised to not be mean, but you know what? It's like, okay, this is going to be a little intense, but it's true. When I took my legal courses, what I found fascinating was something I heard in the Ted Bundy trials and documentaries. And what it was that, he would prey on people's kindness. So he pretended that he was hurt and that he needed help. So that struck up the empathy that we're taught, especially women for that matter. You know, we're supposed to be loving and nurturing and kind and caring. That's our femininity. But it doesn't have to be just a woman. But anyway, we tap into that and we, you know, automatically want to help. But the problem is that, in essence, and it's funny, I was just talking about this yesterday with Chris, a friend, and what's fascinating is I'll never forget what one of the mothers said, which is, we raised our daughter to be kind, loving, compassionate, caring, and to always help others in need. Little did we know that what we instilled into her is what got her killed, right? So I hate to say this, some of you, and especially with this Two of Cups energy that's coming out, some of you are starting, like these are major arcanas too, right off the bat. It's telling you to get inside with your shadow self and to embrace it, because there's a need for it right now. There is a need for you to be harsh, because somebody around you is trying to manipulate you. They are trying to control you, and they may do so in a tricky fashion. But I think you sense that, and that's why you're pulling on that energy, Aquas. But this is beautiful because you're starting to feel more whole, and maybe that's why you're feeling good about being quote unquote alone, because you're starting to realize that you don't need somebody else, and you are merging that masculine and feminine inside of you. And you need to, because whatever this situation is, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you've got to deal with it. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. In the near future, you're going to have cooperation. You may even be recognized. And I think what I'm focusing on is she's on her own here and she's mastering. And I don't feel that you're going to see immediate results, but what I feel is Spirit is saying this is not the time for you to sit back and wait for things to come in, because only you, it's about the choices too as well that you need to make. And you need to make a choice to look after you. And that means you may have to roll up your sleeves and put in some hard work. But that hard work will pay off. Or if you choose not to put in the hard work and rely on the strength that you have, if you continuously rely on others to try and make things better for you, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. This is a time in your life where you're starting to learn, Spirit is saying, this is your time to realize how strong you are and what you can do. And it's not going to stop. These struggles will not stop until you stand up and you face it and you take responsibility. You take responsibility for your life. So you chase away all of these excuses, opportunities to stay stuck. You chase them away and you stand on your own strong. And then you're going to be able to reap the rewards. So again, you've got this choice. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, it could be a relationship, it could be family issues, it could be work. It's up to you to make the choice and to be firm and strong in your convictions right now. Okay? I absolutely love that. What a beautiful reading. And Spirit has your back. And it's funny because now you're going to realize that there is no good or bad. Is it bad to have a shadow self? No. Is it bad to be mean if you have to? No. Why? Because sometimes you have to be to protect yourself. And sometimes you gotta be as mean as they are. I'm sorry, but if somebody comes at you with a sword, it's you or them. Think about it that way. It's you or them. Are you going to let them kill you because, you know, it's about being nice? No. Haha, there we go. Surrender, denial. Whoops. Accept people and in situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Didn't I say that? Yes, it may feel hard. Yes, it may feel difficult to be able to stand up and summon your own strength and power, especially when you don't even know you have it. But now is the time to explore what you're aware of. Go through this door, Aquas. Go through this door. You have so much waiting for you. But it's up to you to see it, right? Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So yeah, if this is about a decision, and again, and choices that you have to make, if it's about Pentacles in terms of a job, maybe some of you need to get a job and that's going to afford you some freedom. Some of you may need to get a different job because it'll pay more. Some of you may need to move. Whatever the case is, whatever is not serving you, you're the only one that's keeping you stuck. So Spirit is just saying lovingly and with kindness, surrender denial. Okay? It's your time to take on the crone energy. So now, I'm going to get you an affirmation card from Spirit. The world is our heaven on earth. Brilliant. We are the power. We are the power we are looking for. Each one of us is linked to the universe and with life. That is so true. She's summoning the power from this doorway to the universe and to all of the power within. She's taking care of this inner child. She's bridging the gap and coming into her whole being. This is about you coming into your whole being. All right, Aquas? All right. I hope this helped, and I'm sending you so much love. Have a great rest of your day. See you soon. Bye.